Hello friend, my name is Desindra and today I'm going to continue playing for you Uncommon Time by Feral Phoenix. Now last time as Arietta, last time that was not, it was this one, yes. We took Chantal out of her bedroom and we're like, you know what, your depression over Aubrey's death, we need to go. So we're gonna go take a walk, and maybe you'll feel better about your own existence. Who knows? And we've been talking about it, you know? I wonder if there's something down there. There probably is. There isn't! You tricked me! I like that there's lanterns in this forest. That's cool. Oh look, less snowy flowers you can walk in them, but I don't know what exactly they are. Oh. I suppose this is where we have the talk. By the way, what is it? Is there a specific reason you're so reluctant to see your boyfriend? I mean, you let Altair and the other kids go in to fuss at you, and you didn't even complain that much about me. Did something happen between you two? Like, I think the general assumption is that it's part of all this. But if we're wrong and he needs to be discouraged from coming back, we can do that for you. No, nothing happened. It's kind of stupid. Then what is it? I can't promise that I'll understand, but I can at least listen. If it's something I can help with. Yeah, it's not something you'll understand. It's, I don't know, a thing Aubrey said when we were fighting. That there's no way my boyfriend's going to be able to deal with my gender and my body. Ah, boy. Wow. That is some really terrible thing to say to someone. I know in my head that it was because Aubrey was just saying whatever I know in my head that it was just Aubrey saying whatever because I wouldn't give them what they wanted. But I can't stop thinking about it, like, what if? So I just kind of got scared to see him. I told you, it's stupid. I don't know about stupid. But in the worst case scenario, that just means that your boyfriend doesn't deserve you. I mean, just look at you. You're such a cute girl. Being told that by somebody who's dating my dad is kind of weird, but thanks, I think? And, well, I know it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything, but your boyfriend likes you enough to have come back asking after you every single day for a month. That seems like a lot. Yeah. Anyway, once we get Aubrey up, I think you're probably justified to smack the little brat once or twice. I can hold them for you if you want. Ha! You're so confident that it's possible. I try. And hey, my honey says that spell's gonna break eventually anyway. I guess. Come on, we still got further to go. Oh, they're never going to get to see her again. Well, I imagine, since this is Arietta's Uncommon Time, we're gonna have to face Arietta at the end of it. Right? That seems like a logical thing. But, so she'll be able to see Aubrey again, but Chantal won't. Unless this is also part of Chantal's, but I don't think it is. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. Everything's cool. Here we are. Here we are. It's just a clearing. What's so special about this place? It's not special, per se. It's just far enough away from town to serve my purposes. What are you gonna do, kill her? I think it's about time to be open with you here. It's true that I want to help Altair and help you, but I also have ulterior motives. What do you mean? I mean, I need a favor. A big favor. It will be good for you too, but I'm not so sure you're going to like hearing it. I don't know what you're getting at. Well, seeing as you kind of checked out for the past month, I should back up and explain. Time's running too close to be comfortable. I don't think it's unrealistic to estimate that the world tuning will not be as effective as it ought to be if I can't pull it off this year. But I know from trial and error that the ritual will succeed if I have an ensemble of 5. And instead of pulling my hair out rebalancing my piece for 5 strings players, I want my 5th member to be a vocalist. I want you to perform with us. What are you thinking? I know you're self-conscious about your voice, but you're one of the most talented singers in the country. I've already drafted the sheet music. I'm willing to bet on you. I want to play with you. Look, if it's a dysphoria thing and you literally can't, then I'll drop it and never bother you about this again. But you used to sing all the time when you didn't think anyone was listening. It is a dysphoria thing, and it's also not. Yeah. You won't understand. Maybe not, but I can try to if you're alright with explaining. I haven't actually had to deal with dysphoria for years and years. Not since I was a little kid. I used to not be able to stand looking at myself in the mirror. Every day I used to wake up wanting to peel my skin off. I hated my body so much. But that ended when I was 14 and Father got me on HRT. That was 8 whole years ago. I haven't felt that way in so long, I've mostly forgotten what it felt like. But I remember what it was like to remember my dysphoria. Even the thought that I might ever feel that way again is so scary. Wanting to die and hurt myself and hating myself so much. Dysphoria is like a disease that nearly killed me. Yeah. And the things that aren't me, the things about me that aren't girly enough, like being tall and having a deep voice. There's just this. Girls are supposed to be small and cute, and so many things I'm not. And every time people point out all the ways that I don't fit the ideal of what it means to be a girl, I feel like a fake, and I get scared again. Aww. I do love to sing. I love it more than anything. But I don't want to feel like that ever again. I see. Well, no, technically I don't, because you're right and it's not something I can really understand. All I know is that sounds like it must have been hard. But as long as you can do it, I still want you. How long has it been since you last sang? You said it yourself. You love it more than anything. What Aubrey did to themselves, and what they did to you, the bad things they made you feel again. There's no cure-all for that. Even I can't fix those things for you. The only thing that can help you as far as that goes is time to think. And talking about it to your dad and other people you trust. But if you let yourself sing again, then I promise that's one thing you'll feel better about. And that is something that I can do. It'll help you more than any amount of walks and exercises. My voice is... You know I love your voice. And I'm not the only one. I can't even count the number of times I've come by to visit Altair and found the little kids hiding around door frames and under windowsills to listen on your voice. On you, not your voice. Even Aubrey. Especially Aubrey. Plus, Altair said that as long as he's been working with choirs, he's never met anyone with a contralto as perfect as yours. Here, I brought a draft of the score with me. I'll play with you, so you just try to sing it. This is so sudden, and if someone... Nobody's gonna come Nobody's going to come and over here. That's why I led you so far out. Even for the performance itself, it's not like we're going to have an audience. It will just be Suzerain and Calyx and Yvonne and you and me. I want you, so I'm going to be pushy about it just this once. Give it a try. If you say no after this, then I'll accept your answer and try to find someone else instead. Will you do it? You'll really drop it forever if I say no? That's what I said, isn't it? Then, I'll do it just this once. That's the face, by the way, that I was talking about last episode. That's adorable. Oh, that was nice. I've been wanting to do that for ages. The blending was better than I'd expected. We have a good balance. How do you feel? Like, there was a hole in my heart that I didn't even notice until it filled in just now. I told you so. Well, will you sing for us? That was unfair. You cheater. There's no way I could say no to after that. I see. That's good to hear. Here, take my hand for a second. What? Chantal learned skill Karabos. Karabasi? I don't know. What? It's warm. You're part of my ensemble now, so I've made it so that you can borrow my power temporarily in battle. Huh. Now come on, let's go back before you catch a cold. We've got to tell the others the good news after all. Just one thing. Thank you. Oh, and here I was expecting you to sulk and hold it against me for being forceful. You're pretending to joke, but I mean it. You're the only one aside from Father who's ever said it to my face. That you love my voice, I mean. I'm so used to being told it's ugly and ungirlish that it's hard to believe people that say otherwise. But singing with you, I really did feel like maybe you were right all along. That maybe it's okay for me to make music instead of just conducting. Really? Then I'm glad my selfishness has been able to give that back to you. You know, I think I understand now what Father sees in you. Wow, well, I'm not sure how to feel about that given you're my partner's daughter. But I guess I'll take it as a compliment. Hey now! Come on, let's go back. Yeah, don't hit on your father's girlfriend. I want to know if this has a thing. It doesn't. Still one of the weirdest, creepiest looking snowmen. Because that's the other snowman that looked like that had a thing. Mirror somewhere. I don't remember. I imagine we're going to have to fight a monster shortly. Because that's what happens. Right? Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. So, let's see. Do you think it's going to be before or after the cave? I think it's probably going to be after it because there's a healing circle in it. But it could be right now. No, it's not. Okay. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. I'm glad that Chantal is a little happier now. That's good. And I'm glad that she will be willing to sing for the grand tuning. I think that is a good thing for her to be able to do. You know, I think that, like, healing the world would probably help heal her too, a little bit. And it's too bad that, okay, what the hell is that? It's too bad that Aubrey didn't wake up. Ah! I guess it was a little too peaceful, but honestly, this gets old. What do? We don't usually fight monsters this big. Oh, And that just means this is a perfect opportunity to try out your new power. Besides, you're a natural prodigy just like your father and I are. I'm here to look after you, so you'll be fine. Are all the kids that Altair adopted prodigies? Because, like, Aubrey was, Chantal is. I mean, I'm sure they probably are, and we just haven't gotten to know them. So, the one that we learned was Karabos, which is the blessing of a wicked fairy. Yay. Yay. Got really worried there for a second when the Minotaur kept beating up Chantal and killing her. We managed to beat it. Not bad for exercise, right? Your idea of exercise seriously is scary. Oh, do we not have... Okay, cool. I was gonna say, we still need to walk back, right? It's not that far anyway. We're almost at the city. I think we are at the... How does that work? Anyways, it's winter. And we're back. Haha, I better go tell everybody we're going to have private rehearsals to schedule and everything. The worst part is that I can't even tell you not to be so smug. I really do feel better. I'll try not to be too unbearable about it. Haha, you're not cute. Your dad would disagree with you there. Ew, stop it. Who is that? Chantal? Oh, it's Chantal's boyfriend. Ah! What are you freezing up for? Now's your chance. Go talk to him. But what about rehearsing? We don't have to do that right away, silly. You go on. Well, I bet Arietta just pushed her forward. Aw, cutie pies. Aw, they made up. Hopefully. It's so cute! Okay, sorry. And then, Arietta? How did it go? Is everything alright? Total victory! Let's bang! They probably did. First violin, Calix Lachapelle. He was a courtier I met in the country that was as worried about global climate change as we were in Harmonia. He could be kind of fussy and snobbish, but he was also gentle and patient and proud. Second violin, Yvonne Fortinbras, a factory worker and technician from one of the most industrialized cities in the world. Z helped me when I passed out from mana loss and sensory overload. Before I met her, I'd never considered how complicated an issue industrialization is, and just convinced myself that everyone involved was the enemy. Cellist Ottawa Suzerain. What? She was a poet and entertainer who I met in the town square of a colorful city, probably one of the humans I got along best with, other than Altair. She was always reliable and full of energy, and was always the first one I asked to help whenever I had an idea. That's Mayron's ancestor. Ancestor. I think I said that right. I think I said ancestor. But anyway, that was... It said Otowa, and that's Mayron's last name. So, yeah. And vocalist Chantal Maya, the oldest of Altair's adopted children, a natural genius born with an affinity with all four cardinal elements and possessor of an extraordinary vocal range. At the very end of 751, we five gave the performance of our lives at the top of Metronome Tower and successfully returned the flow of the world's magic to its rightful state. For the first time being, the world was saved. Cool. We were all so self-congratulatory about our hard-won victory that it took me a long time to realize what was wrong. The research into ways to prevent climate change and find better fuel sources slowly tapered off, with only the people who'd been most concerned really making any kind of token effort. Oh, I imagine that would suck, yeah. It's kind of like how... Well, no, that's just capitalism and industrialization for you. It's like, we're going to ruin the world and then not fix it, because if we can put a band-aid on it and pretend that it's fixed, then, people are not as concerned. People went back to their daily lives like they no longer had any kind of concern, see? But that wasn't it. That's not what the world tuning was ever supposed to be for. We hadn't saved the world, we'd just bought it more time. At first, I thought that people didn't understand it, but the truth was that they didn't want to understand it. They were tired of living in fear. Things seemed to be all right now, and the future was so far away that surely it didn't matter. I could very nearly sympathize with that. The realization that my solution was no real solution at all was so bitter that I wanted to avert my eyes too. Everyone had already gone home. They'd given so much of their lives to me already. To me, and to the world tuning already, I couldn't blame them for that. And I had already gained painful recognition of how little I could accomplish alone, and what my limits were. I wasn't even 30 years old yet, but I was exhausted. I wasn't human. I was a genius. But it was like Altair had said years ago. There's a point when you hit a wall that you don't have the skill or energy or whatever to overcome. I'd already worked the closest thing to a miracle that I could, and it wasn't enough. Oh no, is that what... Is there going to be more where this is Alto's mission now? To cure this? Or cure humanity, maybe? Leaving things like this was not an option, but my option for taking responsibility was limited. I still don't know if the choice I made was the right one. But I put a lot of thought into it in my own way, and when I was sure, I went to Luminoso for help. Ooh. Well, Luminoso's not going to be a baby. Because Luminoso still wasn't a baby when we met her before. I mean, she was they were a young spirit, but I don't think they were a baby like Arietta was. I've always known where I came from, and what made me since I was very young. My grandmothers, the human one and the spirit one, were both long gone by the time I was the age where I could ask questions, so I never knew the exact details. But I've always known that I am almost certainly the result of a rape. There's some possibility that that's wrong, but it's so slim that even considering it feels like they're trying to excuse the truth. The fact of my existence in and of itself is unforgivable. It's a symptom of everything wrong with the world. And because I've always known that, I've carried that knowledge and carried it and carried it. I hated myself for a long time because of it. I hated the world for a long time because of it. So, it surprised me when my relationship with Altair started to get intimate that I always felt so safe. Even now, I'm not sure why. Maybe part of it is that even though he didn't have much more idea of what he was doing than I did, he made sure that we talked about it. About what was okay and what wasn't. About what I wanted to try and whether I thought things were working or not. And we were already always on the same level. He was my equal and my peer. With everyone else, there was always so much pressure to be perfect and strong, and never show any vulnerability. But Altair knew from the beginning that I am a person, and he always treated me like one. So he was the only person I ever felt really comfortable letting my guard down around. Altair was beautiful, kind, gentle, and safe. I can't even imagine being with anyone but him. This did wind up posing its own set of difficulties in the end, but I don't regret it. What? Okay. We'll find out what this is next time, so look forward to that. Thank you for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.